Hi everybody, welcome back to some Kangaroo Math. Today I'm bringing you the third video to our whole collection so far. However, this one is a bit more challenging than the other two. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a separate playlist. So those of you who want it to be, slightly easier, those of you who might be like second, third graders, then feel free to check out the easier playlist. I'll have it labeled, you'll be able to look at it. And for those of you who want something a bit more challenging, like fourth graders, fifth graders, I'll have that playlist labeled for you as well. And I should be making one of each every day or every other day. So stay tuned, make sure you find them all, subscribe, take the notification bell, and you'll be able to see every single video. So today, again, I have 3 questions. The first one's on the board already. And if you don't have them in the link below, the docs page, there are the questions themselves. So you can print them out and do them with me. With that note, you can also pause the video anytime and just think about it. I'll make sure I leave gaps when I speak so you guys can put some thought in, so you guys can try to get the answer. So it's not just me, so you guys are working too. Because again, this is for you guys. So I'll start with question number 1. I'll bring it close to you guys so you can see it. There it is, question 1. Again, the link below. The Mayas used points and lines to write numbers. A point stands for 1, a line for 5. Which of the following stands for 17? Right, so I'll start off by drawing the first one. So the first one is a dot and a line, right? So if we know that, what is a point? What does this dot stand for? Well, the question says that this dot is equal to 1. And what's the line equal to? Well, the question tells us that a line is 5. Always look back to the question and write is one important. Because right now we have a key right here. This is what we're going to use for every single answer choice. Now, number 1, it is a line and a dot. A line is equal to 5. A dot is equal to 1. If we add them together, what's 1 plus 5? That's 6. So this one is equal to 6. Now, are we looking for 6? No, we're looking for 17. So 17 is our ultimate goal. So we know it can't be 1 because 1 gives us 6. Now we go and try number 2. Let's draw it out first. Dot, line, line. What is a dot equal to? It's 1. A line is 5. And this line is 5 as well. So now let's add those together. What's 1 plus 5 plus 5? That's 11, right? So 1 plus 5 plus 5 is 11. Is 11 equal to 17 what we're supposed to get? No, it's not. So it can't be 2 either. All right, now let's try number 3, or answer choice C, right? So we have a dot and a dot and a line and a line. It looks a bit like a hungry person. Look at that. Oh, no. He just wants to get something to eat, right? I'm always hungry, and I'm sure you guys are too. All right, getting back to the question, right? So we have 2 dots. What is 1 dot equal to? It's 1. What is the other dot equal to? Also 1. So we add them together, right? What's 1 plus 1? That's basic, it's 2. Now, we have 1 line, we know that's equal to 5. And we know this line's also equal to 5. So when we add them together, what do we get? 2 plus 5 plus 5, that's 12. Now is 12 equal to 17? No, it's not. So we know it's not answer choice C either. So let's keep going. Let's keep trying. Now let's try answer choice D, right? It is a dot, a line, line, line. Okay, so a dot is equal to 1. This dot is equal to 1. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. This line is 5. This line is 5. This line is 5. Now we add these together. What is 2 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5? That is 17. Now 17 equal to 17? You bet it is. And what number are we looking for? 17. So that's the answer for the first one. 17, which is choice D. Now if you guys want a different way to solve this problem, you could also think about it like money. Like, how are you going to get 17 cents, or how are you going to get $17 if you only have $5 bills and $1 bills, right? You'd need 3 $5 bills and 2 $1 bills. All right, moving on to the second question. On each of the 3 separate pieces of paper, there's a 3-digit number. So we're looking at this picture right here. The sum of the 3 numbers is 826. What is the sum of the 2 hidden digits? So if you look at the problem itself, it's 243, 1 blank 7, and blank 26. So the reason those spots are blank is because we can't see them. It's because the cards are hiding them. So let's draw what we see. We see a 243, then under that we see a 1 in the hundreds place, a number we don't know in the middle place, in the tens place, and then a 7 in the ones. Then for the third number, there's a number we can't see for the hundreds, a 2 for the tens, and a 6 for the ones, right? Now, the question tells us the sum is 826. How do you get a sum? You add. So that means we add all of these together. And that is equal to 826. Now, let's add these 3 first, because they're the ones. You know, that's how you add. You start in the ones. 3 plus 7, that's 10. 10 plus 6 is 16. So these together give us 16. But that's weird because it says here it gives us 6. Well, you have to remember that this is the ones place. So that means only the ones go there. What here in 16 is the ones? Just the 6. So the 6 goes here, and the 1, it's a tens, so it goes here. So now here we add plus 1, right? And then this, that means that this is the tens, and this is the hundreds. So now we have the 3 tens. We have, let me take this off just so we have more space. We have 1 plus 4 plus the blank plus 2 is equal to 2, right? Now let's add these 3 numbers that we know together. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 2 is 7. So 7 plus the number is equal to 2. Now wait a second. That's kind of weird, right? Because 7 is bigger than 2. How are you going to do that? Well, let's think about it. This is the 10 spot, right? So if I have a 2 in the 10 spot, that makes it 20, right? And then if I have 7 in the 10 spot, that makes it 70. Now, we also need to know that this can have a number just like this. Like how we got 16 here, we can get a hundreds number here. So let's say that this is just 120, right? So it's 120. Now we can do it, right? 70 plus something else can be 120. And that's because you can still have a number there, and that 1 will just go to the hundreds. So it's basically like saying, here we have 7 plus the blank is equal to 12, right? Because the 12 just means it goes to the next place, kind of like what we did here. Like you see how all of these add to 16? Well, all of these add to 12. And then the 2 goes to the tens, perfect, and we just add a 1 here. So now, what number plus 7 makes 12? That's 5. So this unknown number is 5. Now, let's move on to the hundreds. We have 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus a blank is equal to 8. Let's add these 3 numbers. 1 plus 2 plus 1, that's 4. So 4 plus a blank is equal to 8. And 4 plus what is equal to 8? 4 plus 4 is equal to 8. So we know this blank is 4. Now, the numbers we get are 243, 157, and 426. Let's add these up together just to make sure we're right. So 3 plus 7 is 10, plus 6 is 16. We add the 1 there. 1 plus 4 is 5, plus 5 is 10, plus 2 is 12. We bring the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. And what do you know? We get the same number. So the question's asking, what is the sum of these 2 numbers? 5 plus 4 is equal to 9. And that's how you do that question. So in the end, we end up getting 9 as the answer, right? If anybody has any questions specifically on this question, because I know this one was a bit tricky, like specifically on how we got 12 instead of 2, feel free to email me. I'm always available. And now we move on to question number 3. Whoa, almost dropped that one there. Question number 3. This one is the trickiest we have, but we got it. Robert makes 5 statements. 1 is wrong. So we know one of them is wrong. Out of all 5, 1 is wrong. So he has 1 wrong and 4 correct. Let's read each scenario and picture it. My son Basil has 3 sisters. So Basil, he has 3 sisters. So sister, 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 right? It's Basil and his 3 sisters. Now it says my daughter Anne has 2 brothers. So it's Anne, brother, and then brother. Then it says my daughter Anne has 2 sisters. Anne, sister, sister. And then it says my son Basil has 2 brothers. So it's Basil, and then brother, brother. We'll make brother lowercase b, just so you guys can tell that capital case B is Basil. So Basil, brother, and brother. And then that makes this Basil as well. Now, I have 5 children, right? So far they all seem pretty good. Let's just check for that 5 children. So we know that these 2, Basil and Anne, are siblings, because they are Robert's son and daughter. So they're siblings. So that means we could put Anne as one of the sisters. So that means Anne becomes one of the sisters, right? Anne is Basil's sister. And it says that she has 2 brothers. So that means we have to add another brother here, right? We have to add a brother into this scenario. Since in this case, it only shows she has 1. But here it says she has 2. So now we have brother, Basil, and sister, sister. Now, this says that Anne has 2 sisters. Anne already has 2 sisters here, so we already have that done. That's perfect. So now, we proved. Let's look at this then. It says Basil has 2 brothers. Here he only has 1. So we should probably add another, right? Now let's go through it. My son Basil has 3 sisters. Here's Basil, sister 1, sister 2, sister 3. So that looks good. That one looks pretty good. Then it says my daughter Anne has 2 brothers. Anne, brother, brother, brother. Wait a second. Here she has 3 brothers. So this one might be wrong. Let's keep going. Now, my daughter Anne has 2 sisters. Anne, and then her 2 sisters. Sister 1, sister 2. So that one's right. And now my son Basil has 2 brothers. There he has them. 1, 2. So that one seems right. Now I have 5 children. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 of them aren't right. That's not possible, because we know that only one of them is not right. So something in here is causing 2 things to be wrong. So let's go back. Let's go back to the last step we did. My son Basil has 2 brothers, right? Let's pretend he doesn't have 2 brothers. Let's say he has 1 brother, right? Now that he has 1 brother, let's go back to the ones we thought are wrong. My daughter Anne has 2 brothers. Anne, brother, brother. Now it's correct. Let's go back to this one. I have 5 children. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. He does have 5 children. So the only one that's wrong is my son Basil has 2 brothers. So it's D. And the reason that's wrong is because it made 2 things wrong. And the thing says only one statement is wrong. So if we have 2 wrong, something went wrong. And there's a lot of wrong going on here. Listen up, don't be like Robert, don't lie. Robert's some kind of silly goose, I don't know what he's trying to do. Alright, so we got through all 3 questions. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you need the questions to work with me at the same time, you can get them in the link below. Feel free to stop the video anytime and keep learning. Remember to like and subscribe, please. And I hope you guys enjoy your day. Thank you.